So what I've got here set up is 2 handles on each of my cable machines. Now you might have a cable cell at your gym and they'll be right next to each other anyway. If you've got 2 standalone cables, just make sure they're set up the exact same. Okay, weights are on the same pin. And we don't want them too high for this one because we want to stay up just a bit taller. We're just working through the middle of our chest. We're not trying to go for low flies or high flies. We don't want them set up too high, too low. Just above shoulder height. Okay, just so you can give yourself enough angle to be steady when you set it up, but not so far over that we're flying underneath our ribs. So what we're going to do, get each cable in my hand. I'm going to pull them into my hips and then into the front of my body. And then as I take a big step out, I'm going to press them out in front of myself. Okay, and now I've got this soft bend in my elbow. So what it should look like is with my elbow, once I grab that cable, I just have a slight bend. I'm not locked, I'm not really bent up at 90 degrees. I've just got this soft little bend in my elbow, and that's the angle we're going to keep the whole time through the movement. So I'm then going to keep my elbow nice and stiff, and the movement occurs through the shoulder as I open up my chest to allow the cables to pull me back, and then I close my shoulder up by squeezing through my pec to bring the cables around in front of ourselves. So I'm here, I pull them into my hips, take a step, press out in front of myself. Now I've got that gentle bend in my elbow and I keep it stiff. I allow the cable machines to stretch out my chest, and then we're going to give whoever's in front of us a big bear hug. So we're coming out and around, big bear hug, squeezing through the middle of my chest. Open up, into a bear hug. Open up, into a bear hug. Now, a common mistake that we're going to make here is, one, when this cable pulls us back, I'm going to bend my elbows and then press. Like we said, it's not about a press, it's a fly. So allow our hands to come nice and wide, get pulled out and stretch my chest out before I pull them back together and give that person that big bear hug, okay? So there's that mistake. And then there's also the mistake of coming too low with the cable. So we come back, and then when we come down, we come underneath. We don't want to come underneath, we want to come high to the middle of our chest. So when I pull back, these cables should be in line with my sternum or thereabouts. Okay, so press out, in line with my sternum, open up the chest, into our bear hug with that soft bend in my elbows. Making sure that they're nice and slow as we allow that cable to stretch out our chest. And then we explode and squeeze through the middle of our sternum here. Squeeze our pecs together as we give that bear hug to complete our cable fly.